Good morning, class. My name is Jhalak. I'm here to teach you chemistry. So, in earlier class, you studied the subject science. Now, the science is divided into three subjects, three parts, okay, or three subjects we can say: physics, chemistry, and biology. So, before we discuss these subject one by one, we will discuss what is science, okay. So, what is science? Basically, it is acquiring knowledge through observation and experimentation. The knowledge which you get through your observation or by doing some experiment, that knowledge is known as science. Okay. You can take an example also. There are so many examples in daily life. You learn some things by observing it. Okay, and some things you learn by doing it. For example, let's take an example. You see your mother that when she is cooking or food, okay, so you are getting the information, you are getting the knowledge by seeing them. But some things which you do your own, like doing your homework, doing your things, then this is the experiment that you are doing your work on. That is experiment. When you are solving your maths problem, so it means you are doing the experiment. When experiment you are doing it, you facing some problem, so that knowledge is also known as science. So two types ways in which you get the knowledge, and by observing it or by doing some experimentation. Okay, so now we will divide the science into three parts: physics, chemistry, and bio. Now come to it. Next slide. What is physics? So basically, physics deals with the study of energy and matter and how they are interrelated. Basically, what physics deals with? Physics deals with energy and matter. So now, what is energy and what is matter? Matter is anything that has mass and occupy space. Okay. For example, a pen, a paper, a rubber, table, chair, book, anything which has some mass and occupying space is known as matter. Water is also a matter because water also has some mass and it occupies some space also. Okay, air is also a matter. Okay, now what is energy? Energy is basically the ability, the capacity to do a work. Okay, means how everything has the ability, have some capacity to do a work. Let's relate to each other. For example, we eat food, okay, and food is a matter. When we eat that food, then what happen? We get some energy from it, and by the help of that energy, we are able to work. Yes or no? Yes. Now let's take another example. Vehicle. Okay. So for vehicle, what is matter and what is energy? Vehicle, for vehicle, you need to put some petrol, okay, to run for that vehicle. Okay. If you are riding a bike, then you need to put a petrol to ride that bike. Okay. So now petrol is a matter, and that petrol is converted into the some electrical energy, and now by that energy you are riding your bike. Yes or no? तो मीन्स तो एनर्जी क्या हो गई वहाँ पे, वर्क क्या हो गया, बाइक का मूव करना, तो बाइक वहाँ क्या करे, मूव करे. ओके, सो द नाउ there are some examples where we use the physics. Example: alarm clock, rotation of wheels. Okay, so here alarm clock we get the sound. So the concept of sound of physics is here in alarm clock, and in rotation of wheel the concept of rotation and revolution is here. Okay, now come to the chemistry. Deals with the property and composition of a matter. I already explained to you what is matter. Now properties and composition. Chemistry is anything which deals with the composition and properties of matter. Okay, now what is composition and what are properties? In properties you can say that the type of the nature, matter, okay, the nature of the matter, the color of the matter, the taste of the matter. Okay, there are so many things which comes under the properties of a matter. Now composition. Okay, now composition means constituents that are involved in a matter to make that product. For example, let's take an example. If we want to make a water, so what we need? We need two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. When we combine these two atoms, then we will form water, that is H2O. So I told you that two atoms and one atom of oxygen, two atom of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. So means the ratio is also there. So composition means combining the constituents in fixed ratio is very important in chemistry. Okay, we always combine the constituents in fixed ratio. Okay, we never do make the water by combining three atoms of hydrogen and two atoms of oxygen. The water is always formed by combining two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. Okay, so this is now example comes to the example of which we use where we use chemistry in our daily life. There are so many examples where we use chemistry in our daily life: cooking of food, digestion of food, toothpaste, rusting of iron. So many examples are there. In toothpaste there are some chemicals are there which combines in a fixed ratio. Chemicals like fluorides, sulfides are there, silica is there. Okay, so and many more chemicals are there which are combining in a fixed quantity, okay, to make that toothpaste. Rusting of iron is also a chemical process. Rusting of iron means when iron gets contact in air and moisture, then iron is having a reddish brown layer. Okay, that layer is called rust, or in chemical terms we can say that iron hydrated oxide. Okay, so now come to the biology. Okay, basically what is biology? It deals with the living organism. Living organism means such as plants, animals and human beings. All living organisms which you can see and which you cannot see. Some living organisms are very small in size that you are not able to see, but they are living. Okay, so it deals with the study of the living organism. Now some examples in where we use the biology. We use biology for the study of the, first of all, living organism, second agriculture, health and medicines, etc., where we use the biology. How we can use biology in agriculture? We are getting from agriculture, we are getting fruits, vegetables, pulses. So all these things we are getting from plants. And what we do, we in biology we study about the plants, so how these things are obtaining. Okay, so we study about the process in biology. Okay, now second is health and medicine. In health and medicine, biology also plays a very important role, because whenever we fall sick, if sick, we have to take some medicine. Okay, we will take some medicine to cure from that disease. Now how we are taking, when we have fever we take paracetamol. Why we take paracetamol or crocin for that? Because the doctors, the scientists basically studied about the disease, and to cure that disease, they for according to that they made the medicines also. Okay, so in that way we use biology in health and medicine also. Okay, so for this is the today's session, and where we study about the types of science and science divided into three parts and its types: physics, chemistry and bio. Okay, in next chapter